CV group welcomes you for watching this video. Please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe our registered values club for getting all new professional updates. In this video, we will discuss about how the building area is measured. So it will serve as a comprehensive guide as per IS 3861-2002 and Rera standards for measuring different building areas. So navigating the complexities of building area definitions is essential for architects, engineers, real estate professionals and property buyers. This comprehensive guide demystifies the technical standards outlined in 3861-2002 Indian Standard Code of Practice for determination of areas of the buildings, and we will also explore the practical implications of various area measurements including plinth area, built up area, super built up area, carpet area, rentable area. We will examine how these measurements impact property valuation, floor area calculations and ground coverage requirement and RERA compliance. And in the end, we will take some real world examples and visual illustrations to ensure clarity and practical applications. And we will do one real world example how the designing based upon floor area ratio and ground coverage is done for planning of a building. So please remain and watch this video till the end so that you are able to clarify all your doubts about various types of areas and which are to be used by engineers and architects and other persons who are buying apartments from the builders so that you are able to know what actually you are buying and what actually you are paying for. As far as this Rera has done, Rera has given one thing which is very important, that is cap carpet area. All the registrations from 2016 onwards, from when the Rera was introduced, are being done on the basis of carpet area, which makes it simpler for the buyers to know what they are actually paying and what they are actually getting. So please remain and watch this video till the end so that you are able to know all the complexities. First of all, we will discuss about plinth area. What is plinth area? This is basically the foundation of building measurements. Whatever type of area you want, whether you want to calculate carpet area, rentable area, super plinth area, you need to find first of all the plinth area. This is a basic thing which you should find. And what is plinth area? We will take its definition right from IS 3861-2002. Plinth area is defined as built up covered area measured at the floor level of any story or at the floor level of the basement. So it is basically the built up covered area at the plinth level. Plinth level is generally on the ground floor or at the basement as the case may be, and any area at the floor level of any other story, that is the plinth area. So it is the area enclosed by external dimensions of the building at the plinth level, which typically sits immediately above the ground level foundation. So this measurement forms the basis for calculating floor area ratio, which is crucial for obtaining building permits and determining property taxes in most of the municipalities. So what is included in the plinth area? Area of the walls at the plinth level, including internal walls, internal shaft, then internal shaft for sanitary installations and air conditioning ducts and lift wells, etc. All staircases which are covered and under specific rules which will be detailed later on will be included in the plinth area. Then columns, piers, and plasters within the building involved. Machine rooms for lifts, air conditioning plants located on the terraces. And what is excluded from the plinth area? Cantilevered external projections like balconies and attached open terraces. So, as far as balconies are concerned, we will discuss how these are taken care of in the plinth area. But cantilevered external projections are not to be taken in consideration for plinth area. How it will be done, we will discuss in the coming slides. Open area at the ground level used for parking. Architectural projections like shajjas, cornices less than 1 meter in width, porches, entrance platforms at the ground level. So, for example, you have a building wearing 15 meter by 12 meter at the plinth level with 230 millimeter thick external walls. The plinth area would be calculated as 15 meter into 12 meter, 180 square meter. So, this includes the thickness of all the external walls within these dimensions. So, now we will discuss in details how this plinth area is calculated or measured. So this is because this is a basic thing which you need to calculate first of all to calculate other types of areas which are required in case of building area measurements. So first thing, the total plinth area of a building shall be sum total of plinth area at every floor level. So basically you have to calculate the plinth area at every floor level and then you have to take total sum of all these areas to calculate the total plinth area of the building. So it will include the following: basement, floor without cladding, which is also called stilt storage, then floor area of varied floor heights including top floors which may be partially covered, and of course garages areas are also to be included in the plinth area. So yes, but you have to calculate these areas or measure these areas separately because they are having different cost structures. So they should not be clubbed together. So as to enable cost computation at different rates per square meter as worked out for varied heights or categories. And if there is more than one basement, then the lowermost basement will be termed as basement and the upper basement shall be treated as floors. For the purpose of calculating plinth area, the following shall be included. So now we will discuss what are the things which are to be included in the plinth area, which we have already discussed. Now we will discuss it in detail so that you are able to understand the different things which we have already discussed in the first slide. First thing is wall area. In plinth area, you have to measure all the internal and external walls. These are to be included in the plinth area. So in case of common wall which is jointly owned by two owners, only half the area of such wall shall be included in the plinth area of one owner. So if you are having, let us suppose this wall is a common wall between two properties, then half the area of this wall will be included in the plinth area of this owner. Then the area of internal shafts, these shafts which are used for ducts or for AC or ventilation lifts, etc. This is to be included in the plinth area. So the area of internal shafts and ducts is to be included in the plinth area. These shafts are provided for ventilation, lifts, for plumbing and sanitation of pipes, etc. Then all internal staircases are to be included in the plinth area. So remember all internal staircases which these are to be included in the plinth area. Then machine room, which is provided at the top floor for operating lifts, etc., is to be included in the plinth area. Then porches, so such type of porches. If the building have a porch as shown in the figure, it is to be included in the plinth area. So Persati, which is a covered enclosure at the terrace level, including Mumti, as shown in the figure, it is to be included in the plinth area. Then external staircases in certain buildings, high-rise buildings or other buildings, we are providing open staircases, which are spiral staircases, which are used for fire escape or service, with no enclosing or covering structures from the sides, are to be considered for 50% of plan area of stair at each floor level. See here, this type of stair is to be, the area of such type of stair is to be taken as 50% of the area in the plinth area calculation. Then in case of balconies, we will discuss about the balconies in the coming slides. Here we will discuss how these are to be added in the plinth area. If there are three types of balconies, one is protected balcony, other one is unprotected balcony, and third one is staggered balcony. Protected balcony, which is covered by another balcony from the above, and such type of the area of such a balcony will be taken as 100% of the area if it is protected from the above. And if it is not protected from the above, then 50% of the area will be taken. And if we are having staggered balcony, means the covering slab balcony is at a double height, then also it is to be treated as protected balcony and shall be made as 100% of the area of this balcony. Then the area of the galleries, that is upper floor seating area in an assembly hall, auditorium or theatre, is to be included, and of course it will be 100% of the area. Then the area of an independent floor, which is also called mezzanine floor, of shorter height of minimum 2.2 meter or 1.8 meter, if allowed by bylaws, between two main floors. See here, we are having an access stairs leading to it. Only then it will be termed as a mezzanine floor, and it should be included in the plinth area, though it may be paid separately as the cost may be different. Then in case of cantilevering a slab beyond external walls, then 25% of the area of the alcove height up to 1 meter, which is the height of the alcove is up to 1 meter, then 25% of the area is to be included in the plinth area, and 50% of the area for the alcove height, the height is in between 1 meter up to 2 meter, and 100 meter of the area for the alcove height if it is more than 2. Then for the purpose of calculating plinth area, following shall not be included. Area of the plinth offsets, if it is less than 57 millimeter, may be taken in plinth area. So if the area of the plinth offsets is less than 57 millimeter, it shall not be taken in the plinth area. Similarly, when the building consists of columns and our columns are projecting below, see here they are projecting below beyond the plinth. These columns are not to be considered in the plinth area. And in case of corrugated sheet cladding, outer edge of the corrugation shall be considered as for calculation of plinth area. And then area of loft, an intermediate partial slab between two floors having no direct access stairs. See here, it is not to be considered in the plinth area of the loft. Then area of architectural bands, cornices projecting from the external walls, face of the wall, these are not to be considered in the plinth area. Any other cantilever structure, loft, sunshade, etc. Then, so see here. So what cantilever structures are not to be included? lofts, sunshades, etc. are not to be included in the plinth area. Then the area of vertical sunbreakers or box louvers projecting out or other architectural features, for example, slab projection for flower plots, etc., is not to be taken into consideration. Then open platform, terrace, projections at the terrace not forming a story such as domes, towers, etc., is not to be considered in the calculation of plinth area. So next thing is carpet area. Carpet area is basically the usable living space. So as far as definition of carpet area as per IS 3861 2002 is concerned, carpet area is defined as a net usable area, floor area of an apartment or building excluding the area covered by external walls, service shafts, excluding balconies and exclusive open terraces. So basically, carpet area as far as IS 3861 2002 is concerned, it represents the actual area where you can lay carpet. Hence, the name is given as carpet area. So this is the most meaningful measurement for the end users as it represents the actual livable area space available within a dwelling unit. So how this carpet area is measured as per IS 3861 2002. Carpet area shall mean the floor area of the useful rooms at any floor level. From plinth area as worked out above. So first of all, as we have already discussed, whatever type of area you have to measure, first of all you have to calculate plinth area. So plinth area as we have worked as detailed in the first slides, you have worked out for plinth area, and then the plinth area you worked out, the area of the walls shall be deducted. Then the thickness of the wall shall be inclusive of all the finishes. From the plinth area you have calculated, you have to deduct the area of the walls, including finishes, if any. So the various dimensions could be made internally or externally. So what should be included in the wall area? Door and what are the things which are to be included in the wall area for calculation of carpet area? Door and other opening areas in the walls are to be considered in the carpet area. Then pillars, intermediate pillars, supports, or any other such obstructions within the plinth area, irrespective of their location. Then plaster along wall exceeding 300 square meter in area. Flues which are within the walls, built-in cupboards, almirahs, and shelves appearing within height of 2.2 meters from the floor, and fireplace projecting beyond the face of the wall in a living or bedroom. The following shall be excluded from the wall area: plaster not along wall not exceeding 300 square centimeter in area, and the chula platform projecting beyond the face of the wall. Then corporate area shall be worked out, which you have calculated from as we have calculated in this portion. Then from this you have to deduct or exclude the area of the following: area of the veranda, corridor and passages, entrance hall and porch, staircase and stair cover, the empty, then shaft and machine room for lift, bathroom and lavatory, kitchen and pantry, store, canteen, air conditioning duct and platform, and shaft for sanitary water supply installation and garbage chute for electrical and firefighting, air conditioning, telecommunication lift, etc. So basically, carpet area is that area in a building where you can lay carpet as far as IS 3861 2002 is concerned. Then next area you need to know is rentable area. Rentable area means the carpet area at any floor level, including areas mentioned below. So from the plinth area you have calculated the carpet area, then from the carpet area you will be calculating the rentable area. In the rentable area, certain areas will be added in the carpet area to calculate rentable area. The car in this in the case of residential buildings, you have calculated the carpet area, and then from the carpet area, you will add the carpet area of the kitchen, pantry, store, lavatory, bathroom, and 50% of the carpet area of unglazed and 100% of the glazed front. See here, in case of residential building, how the rentable area is calculated. So it shall, however, exclude the carpet area of the covered portion of the building, such as storage space on the top landing of staircase under first landing and face slab of floor 1. And in case of non-residential buildings, the rentable area shall be carpet area increased by carpet area of the canteen, including stores, kitchen, and pantry attached to it. So in case of non-residential areas, you have to add the area of the canteen, including store, kitchen, and pantry attached to this non-residential building. It shall, however, not include carpet areas of the bathroom and level. Then staircase calculation in plinth area. How the staircase is calculated. The calculation of staircase area within a plinth area specific principle follows a specific principle that ensures consistency across measurements. Staircase area is measured floor by floor. Remember, it is measured floor by floor. And the method varies depends whether the staircase is internal or external to the main building involved. As we have already discussed, if it is covered or inside if the building it is covered, it is taken as 100%, and in case of external staircase with no coverage, which is provided for services purposes, is taken as 50% of the staircase area. For internal staircase, the area is measured at each floor level where the staircase exists, including the area occupied by flights, landings, and the well. Well is open space between in the center of the staircase. For calculation of staircase, first of all, you have to identify the staircase type, determine whether the staircase is fully enclosed within the building structure, whether it is partially open, or an external fire staircase, enclosed staircase. You will know it contributes fully to the plinth area at the floor level. The service we are taken up, considered as 100% in the plinth area. Then measure at each floor level. So at each floor level, measure the area covered by the staircase, including flights, intermediate landing, and half the width of the well if present. See here, you have to take half the width of the well if present. For a dog-legged stair, include both parallel flights and the landing between. Then you have to account for the headroom requirements. So where the staircase have adequate headroom, minimum 2.2 meter, you know clear height below the flight is required. So the area underneath can be utilized for storage or other purposes, but it still counts towards the plinth area of that floor level. Then based upon these calculations, you have to calculate the total contribution to the plinth area. So sum the staircase areas across all the floors. A staircase serving four-story building will contribute the plinth area calculation at ground, first, second, and third floor levels, effectively multiplying its footprint. So we are taking one practical example. Let us consider a residential building with an internal staircase measuring 2.5 meter by 4 meter at each floor level. For a ground plus 3-story building, this staircase contributes 10 square meter to the plinth level at each of the floor levels. However, when we will be calculating plinth area for FAR purposes, each floor area is typically considered separately. So the staircase adds 10 square meter of the plinth area of each individual floor. So next we will be discussing built up area. So this is area which is beyond plinth area which we have calculated. So see here, even for calculating of a built-up area, you need to calculate the plinth area, and then certain additional elements are to be added in the plinth area to calculate the built-up area. So as far as the definition of built-up area is concerned, built-up area it is also referred as plinth area plus certain additional areas. So which represents the total covered area of the dwelling unit or building. It is calculated by adding specific external construction elements to the basic plinth area. This measurement is critical for property taxation, construction cost estimation, and real estate transactions. The built-up area provides a more complete picture of the constructed space rather than plinth area alone. What are the components which are to be made for built up area calculation? So as we know, built up area is equals to plinth area plus additional items. So external walls, here the full thickness of external walls measured from outside face will be added in the plinth area. Balconies, enclosed or semi-enclosed balconies typically calculated at 50% of the actual area. Then covered terraces, parabolas with solid roofings are to be added in the plinth area. Then utility areas, covered area, utility spaces, air conditioning, plant rooms, covered water tank areas which are to be added in the plinth area. Then architectural features such as bay windows, box windows projecting beyond the external face of the wall is to be added in the plinth area to calculate built-up area. So for an apartment with the plinth area of 85 square meters, let us suppose certain other items which when you added such as external walls or balconies etc., the area becomes 97 square meters. So the built-up area is particularly important in the real estate transactions because developers often quote prices based on built-up area rather than carpet area, leading to the confusing among the buyers. Understanding this distinction is essential for making informed property decisions and comparing different properties accurately. Then super built up area. So this is basically called developers measurements. It is required for understanding the most comprehensive measurement. So this area is also called saleable area. It is the most inclusive measurements used predominantly in multi-story residential and commercial developments. This metric includes not only the built-up area of the individual units but also a proportionate share of common areas and amenities. While not explicitly, it is not defined in 3861 2002. It has become standard practice in Indian real estate before the advent of Rera 2016. Developers were typically using this measurement for pricing, making it crucial for the buyers to understand what they actually paying for. So, individual unit built-up area. The complete built-up area of your specific apartment or unit includes walls, balconies, and utility spaces as defined in the previous section. So, first of all, you will calculate the built-up area of the apartment. Then in this built-up area you will be adding certain areas such as common area, proportionate share. Your proportionate share for lobbies, corridors, staircases, lifts, shafts, entrance foyers, and community halls based upon the size of your unit relative to the total project. That area is added in the built-up area. Then amenity area, proportionate area of the share of amenities such as swimming pool, gymnasium, clubhouse, landscaped gardens, and recreation facilities, and then proportionate share of service areas such as mechanical and electrical service area, generator rooms, water pump rooms, transformer room areas, and common storage spaces are added in the built-up area to calculate super built-up area. So in the built-up area, you have to add common area proportionate share, amenity area allocation, and surface areas to calculate super built-up area. So basically, a term Loading factor or add-on factor is used for calculating super plinth of area. So ratio of a super built-up area to the carpet area is called loading factor or add-on factor. It typically ranges from 1.25 to 1.75 depending upon the projected design. For example, if your apartment has a carpet area of 800 square meter feet and the loading factor is 1.5, then the square super built up area of your flat will be 1200 square feet. So, luxury projects with extensive amenities have higher loading factors, while economical housing projects aim for load factors to maximize usable space per rupee spent. So basically, what happens? So basically, you are getting 800 square feet of livable areas, but you are paying for 1200 square feet of the area. So this is what was being done before the introduction of Rera in 2016, which have made it mandatory to use carpet area in all types of apartments, flats, commercial buildings. So now we will take the most important thing, carpet area under Rera. So it gives legal protections for the home buyers. So this is game-changing real estate regulation development Act 2016. So it has revolutionized property transactions in India by mandating all property pricing and area statements, it states that it must be made on the basis of carpet area rather than super built-up area. So the landmark legislation was introduced to bring transparency and protect home buyers from misleading practices where developers would inflate area measurements and obscure actual usable space being sold. So it has made RERA has made mandatory carpet area definition. So RERA defines carpet area as the net usable floor area of an apartment excluding area covered by external walls, areas under surface shaft, services shafts, exclusive balcony and veranda areas, and but includes the area covered by internal partition walls of the apartments. So this definition, though it is having certain differences with the IS 3861 2002, but it provides legal enforceability. So what it has changed, it has made compulsory the quotation requirements. So as far as RERA is concerned, all the developers must quote the prices per square feet or square meter of the carpet area on. They cannot use built up area or super built up area for pricing purposes. This ensures buyers can accurately compare prices across different projects and understand exactly what they are paying for in terms of usable space. And they have given tolerance limit of plus minus 3% between the carpet area stated in the agreement and the actual delivered area. If the delivered area is less than promised beyond 3%, then the developer must refund the proportionate amount with interest. And if it is more, buyer can either pay the additional amount or the developer must absorb the difference. And documentation and verifications, all sale agreements, brochures, and advertisements must clearly state the carpet area. Buyers have the right to verify measurements before taking possession. Professional measurements by licensed architect or engineers is recommended for high-level transactions to ensure compliance and protect investment. Now we'll be taking some practical examples which will make it clear that how the carpet area help the buyers to understand what area they are actually buying and what they are paying for. So before that, let us suppose we take an example of 2 BHK apartment. Before the advent of Rera, introduction of Rera, developer advertisement prices apartment at 5,000 per square feet based upon super built up area of 1200 square feet. So total price would be 60 lakh. But the actual carpet area instead of 1200 it is 850. So the real price per carpet area per unit carpet area would be 7,059 per square. Now with the introduction of Rera, same apartment must be quoted at rupees 7,059 per square feet of the carpet area, that is 850 square feet. So the total price remains 60 lakh, but the buyer can now accurately compare this with the other properties using the same carpet area basis. And then luxury apartment with high loading. So you know the what is loading. So a luxury project with extensive amenities has a 3 BHK unit with a carpet area of 1400 square feet and super built up area is 2100 square feet, means loading factor is 1.5. If the price at 15,000 per square feet of carpet area, the total cost will be 2.1 crore. Previously, this might have been advertised at 10,000 per square feet of built up area, making it appear more affordable than a comparable property. So you understand how this carpet area has changed the scenario. Next is floor area ratio. This is the cornerstone of urban planning, fundamental definition and purpose. We will discuss what is floor area ratio. Floor area ratio is also known as floor space index. It is the ratio between the total built up floor area of a building and the total area of the plot on which it is constructed. So it is expressed as decimal number, and the primary tool which is used for urban planning authorities to control building density, regulate skyline, and ensure adequate open spaces and manage infrastructure capacity in urban areas. FAR directly determines how much construction is permissible on any given plot of land. So mathematical formula for calculation FAR is equals to total built up area of all the floors divided by plot area. For example, if you have a plot of 1000 square meters and permissible FAR is 1.5, so FAR is 1.5, plot area is 1000 square meters. So from this equation you can calculate total built up area. It will be FAR into this plot area will go on the other sides into 1000. It will be 1500 square meter. So over a plot of 1000 you can have a total built up area for 15,000 square meters. So what you can do, either you can have a entire plot over which you are covering 750 square meter on each floor. You are having two floor building having 750 square meter on each floor, or a three floor story building having 500 square meter on each floor. So residential FAR is generally varies from 1.1 to 2.5 in regular use and up to 3 to 4 times in high density development areas. Smaller cities and towns usually have FAR of 1 to 1.75. FAR increases on wider roads and in areas with better infrastructures to accommodate higher density. And in commercial FARs, it varies from 2 to 5 or in higher in CBDs or special economic zones or IT zones where it varies from 3 to 5 with additional incentives. Mixed use development separate FAR components for residential and commercial portions, sometimes allowing cumulative benefits. And then you can have incentive FAR on premiums. By paying certain amount, you can have additional FAR, that is incentive FAR. Many cities offer the additional FAR through premium FAR, means purchase additional construction rights at specific rates. Then second type is TDR, which is transferable development rights. So earned through surrounding land for public use or heritage preservation. So here in premium FAR you can buy FAR by paying certain amount, but in TDR you can leave certain FAR in a particular area and then you can get the same remaining FAR in other part of the city, that is called transferable development rights. And then green building incentive. In case of green buildings, you can have additional 5 to 10% FAR for certified sustainable construction. And in affordable housing incentive, bonus FAR for including low cost housing units. How this FAR is calculated, we will take some practical example. Let us take the example of a single family residential plot. Given that our plot area is 300 square meter, 20 meter by 15 meter, permissible FAR is 1.8, ground coverage is 50% maximum. We will discuss about what is ground coverage. And location, it is located in a residential zone in a metropolitan city. So see here, maximum allowable area will be 300 into 1.8, as we have already discussed that maximum allowable built up area is plot area multiplied by permissible FAR, which will be 540 square meter, and maximum ground coverage, which is 50%, means 150 square meter. So see here, at the ground floor you can construct 150 square meter, and in all the floors you can calculate 540 square meter. Then how you can, from this you can decide about the number of stories you can have. So to fully utilize 540 square meter permissible area with 150 square meter ground floor coverage, the building would require 3.6 floors worth 150 square meter each. So you can have three floors of 150 square meters, first ground floor, first floor, and second floor. So total will be 4 for 50 square meter, and the remaining on the last floor 90 square meter, so 540 square meter. So partial fourth floor might be designed as a terrace with covered area of 90 square meter, or the upper floors could have slightly reduced areas to accommodate terraces and setbacks while still maximizing the permissible FAR. Similarly, in the commercial area, let us suppose plot area is 2000 square meter, municipal base FAR is 2.5. Premium FAR, you can buy additional FAR, one FAR available for purchase, and ground coverage is 60% maximum. If you do not buy premium FAR, then maximum built up area will be 2000 into 2.5, 5000 square meter. With maximum ground coverage 1200 square meter, it will require approximately 4.5 floors. With the premium FAR, total FAR will be 3.5, 2.1, 5 plus 1, which you can buy. So the total built up area, maximum built up area will be 2000 into 3.5, 7000 square meter. So with the same ground coverage, you can have 5 to 6 floors. So significantly increasing the project's commercial viability and potential revenue. Premium FAR could cost calculated per as per the local regulation. Typically its rate varies from 5000 to 45,000 per square meter of additional area depending upon the location. So the next thing is ground coverage, which is will be controlling the building footprint. Ground coverage, it is also called building coverage ratio or ground coverage ratio. It is a percentage of plot area that can be covered by the building footprint at the ground level. See, it is on the ground level. So it is calculated as built up area at the ground level divided by total plot area multiplied by 100. So ground coverage regulations ensures adequate open spaces around the buildings for flight, light, ventilation, fire safety, and environmental sustainability. Unlike FAR, which controls the total built up area, it controls ground coverage, specifically limits horizontal spread. In case of residential, if the plot area is more than 250, it is generally 50% ground coverage. In high density residential zones, it may be 60%. In commercial zone, it may be 65%, and on large plots, it may be 40%. So ground coverage, and we have already noted the relationship between ground coverage and FAR. ground coverage and FAR together share the urban form. Lower ground coverage with high FAR promotes taller, more vertical development with more open spaces at the ground level. See the model of modern high-rise cities. So high ground coverage with lower FAR in sprawling, low-rise development consuming more land horizontally. So most modern regulations balance both to achieve optimal density with preserving environmental quality. For example, a 500 square meter plot with 50% ground coverage and FAR2 can have 250 square meter footprint and 1000 square meter total built up area requiring approximately 4 floors. But the same plot with 70% ground coverage but FAR is 1.4, so it could have a 350 square meter footprint and 700 square meter total area, you can say. So where we can, it requires only 2 floors. So the first scenario requires vertical development with more ground level open spaces, and the second creates horizontal spread with less remaining open area. So you may be able to understand the relationship between ground coverage and FAR. We will be taking an example with how this FAR and ground coverage will be used in the design of a building. So let us suppose we have a residential building on a plot. We have to design a residential building on a plot of 600 square meters. Plot size is 24 meter by 25 meter. It is located in an urban residential zone with the following regulations. FAR is 1.8 and ground coverage is 50%. Front setback 3 meter, side setbacks 2 meter each. Rear setback is 3 meter. So first of all, you calculate the build-up area. Plot dimensions are 24 meter by 25 meters, means 600 square meter. So after setbacks, what will be the built-up field? So you deduct the front setback, rear setbacks, and side setbacks. The area of the plot will be then 18 meter by 21 meter. So the total area which will be on which the building can be constructed after deducting the setback will be 378 square meter. Maximum ground coverage, you know, it's 50%, so the maximum ground coverage is 300 square meter. So we will be taking the minimum of the two. So though on the basis of front setback, rear setback, and side setbacks, you can have 378 square meters, but maximum permissible covered area is 50%, so you can have 300 square meter of maximum covered area on the ground floor. So on the basis of this, you will decide the total permissible area and the number of stories. So maximum built up area, you know, 600 into 1.8 plot area into FAR with 1080 square meter. So with the 300 square meter floor, this allows 3.6 floors. So you can design ground floor plus floors, full floors plus 3 floors. So in this way you can design ground floor plus 2 full floors plus partial third floors. That area will be 1080 square meter. So we will design floor by floor. On the ground floor you can have area 300 square meter. You know you need to provide parking. We will provide parking on the stilts. We will provide 100 square meter of the parking which will be exempted from the FAR. You remember our stilt parking is exempted from in the calculation of FAR. We will be providing 100 square meter. Then we will be having entrance lobby and a 2 BHK plot unit on the ground floor. So total built up area will be 140 square meter. On the first floor, we will construct 2 BHK units, two BHK units, each having 140 square meter of area and built up area 100 square meter. Carpet area will be 140 square meter is built up area and carpet area is 100 square meter with plus staircase 20 square meter. So see here, one 1 2 BHK on ground floor, 2 BHK on uh, first floor, and similarly on the second floor you can have the same construction as on the first floor, and on the third floor 180 square meter we can have 1 3 BHK unit with the terrace. So one area is 180 square meter, built up area 130 square meter plus open terrace 120 square meter, which is FAR exam. So here we are having five apartments, three 2 BHK units plus one BHK, 3 BHK units. So in this way you can have five apartments. So when you have to calculate the individual unit area. So typical 2 BHK units, you know, carpet area is 100 square meter, which will be including living, dining, two bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, storage, etc. Internal walls is 12 square meter, external wall share is 20 square meter, balcony is 2 number 16 square meter, which will be counted at 50% 8 square meters. So the total built up area will be 100 plus 12 plus 20 plus 8, 140 square meter. Common area share is 15%, means for 21 square meter. So super built up area will be 140 plus 21, 161 square meter. So you are having total 5 number of apartments. Total built up area is 1080 square meter. Total carpet area is 570 square meter. Total super built up area is 750 square meter. Parking 5 covered plus 2 open, 7 spaces. Open space is 300 square meter at the ground level, 50% of the floor. So this example demonstrates how professional architects balance regulatory requirement, maximize saleable area, and create functional living spaces while ensuring compliance with all measurement standards. So what are the things for the best professional practice? Essential knowledge for professionals and stakeholders. So mastering building area measurements is a fundamental to successful architectural and engineering practices, real estate development and property investment. The comprehensive cover guide this have covered the technical definitions, regulatory framework, and practical application of measurement as per IS 3861 2002 and Rera standards. You should and after going through this video, you will be able to understand the hierarchy of the air measurements. Remember the progression. Carpet area is less than built up area, which includes internal walls and partial balcony. This built up area is less than super built up area, which includes common area shares. So always ask for which measurement is being referred in property transaction. For residential purchases, post RERA insist on carpet area as the pricing basis to ensure transparency and fair comparison. Then after going through this video, you will be able to understand what is FAR and ground coverage and how they work together. These two complementary planning control shapes urban form, FAR control total built volume, ground coverage control horizontal spread. Understanding their interactions allow the optimal design that maximizes permissible construction while ensuring adequate open spaces, proper ventilation, and fire safety compliance. Then leverage assumption strategically. From after going through this video you will be able to understand the basement parking, stilt areas, certain service spaces, and sustainable design features which often qualify for FAR exemptions. So intelligent design that could incorporate these exemptions can significantly increase usable spaces within the same FAR limits. However, always verify local bylaws as exemptions vary across jurisdiction. Then Rera protection for buyers. Rera's mandate for carpet area based pricing and plus minus 3% tolerance limits protects home buyers from misleading area statements. Buyers should exercise their rights to professional verifications of delivered areas and demand proportionate refunds if shortfalls exceeds tolerance limits. Then document everything professionally. For architects and developers and engineers, please maintain detailed area calculation, clearly distinguish between different area types in all documentation and ensure compliance with IS 3861-2000 and local building bylaws. For buyers, demand detailed area breakdown, professional measurement certificate, and written commitment on carpet area and scale agreement. So finally, we recommend you whether you are an architect designing or an engineer designing building or engineer approving plan, a developer marketing property or a buyer investing in real estate, precise understanding of area measurements is non-negotiable. So stay updated with local amendments in the building regulations. Use licensed professionals for measurements and verification, and always prioritize clarity and clarify the transparency in area documentation. The complexities of building area measurements exist not as obstacle but as a tool to ensure proper urban development, protect stakeholders' interest, and create livable, sustainable built environment. So this is all in this video. I think it will be more than sufficient to make the things clear. Thank you and have a nice